Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for joining us today for an extraordinary and deep exploration into one of the most fascinating tales from the world of numismatics, where a humble penny can transcend its modest face value to become a treasure worth millions. Today we are delving into the captivating story of the 2009 1-cent coin, a penny that has astoundingly been valued at a whopping $155 million, a figure that might sound unbelievable at first but can be understood. Through the remarkable errors, mistakes, and fascinating circumstances surrounding this coin which elevate it from everyday currency to a prized collector's item of immense worth, rarity, and historical significance, and through this detailed journey, we'll uncover everything about the minting errors that affix such extraordinary value, the underlying production process at the United States Mint that occasionally gives rise to such anomalies, the specific varieties and mistakes found on the 2009 penny, the grading and authentication that authenticate this coin's authenticity and quality, and the powerful market dynamics and collector demand that ultimately shape its staggering price and desirability in auctions and sales across the globe. Whether you are a seasoned collector, an investor, or just curious about the ways in which imperfections turn into treasures, this deep dive into the 2009 1-cent coin's errors, mistakes, and market significance will open your eyes to the hidden stories behind regular currency and inspire you to see coins as much more than mere change. They are in fact tangible pieces of history, art, technology, and mystery combined. To truly appreciate why the 2009 penny can reach such an unimaginable valuation, it's essential to first understand how coins are produced on a massive scale, the meticulous and sophisticated processes involved, and how each stage of production is susceptible to errors that can make some coins unique and exceedingly rare, which pushes their market value to astronomical levels. At the United States Mint, the 2009 1-cent coin primarily produced at the Denver and Philadelphia mints is made from a copper-plated zinc planchet, a material change introduced in 1982 to save costs and resources. Production involves stamping a blank metal disc, called a planchet, under a die that contains the engraved design which imprint the iconic obverse profile of Abraham Lincoln on one side and the shield design on the reverse. Introduced in 2010 but present in a similar context for transitional pieces like those minted in the previous years, including certain variants of 2009 pennies, reflecting historical continuity. Despite highly automated and quality-controlled procedures, the immense volume of coin production, often numbering in the billions, means that errors inevitably occur, ranging from minor strikes, doubling effects, misalignments, die wear, defects in planchets, and even extraordinary occurrences like off-center strikes or misapplied mint marks. Most flawed coins are seized and removed during quality control, but occasionally, some escape into circulation or mint sets, becoming much sought-after rarities. Among the most striking and widely collected errors present in 2009 pennies, and the key factors justifying their high value, is the double die error. This occurs during the die forging process where the die, which stamps the coin, receives multiple impressions that are misaligned, causing the final coin to display duplicated or shadowed images in areas like the date, lettering, or mint mark, a phenomenon that is both visually distinctive and scientifically fascinating because it highlights the failure or irregularity at the source of design creation rather than just during striking. For the 2009 penny, double die errors commonly manifest on the date numerals and the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," with collectors prize especially those specimens where the doubling is pronounced and clear to the naked eye, creating a ghostly effect that makes the coin instantly recognizable and valuable. Moreover, the 2009 double die penny is relatively rare compared to the total volume minted, further increasing desirability and monetary worth, as collectors compete for these limited abnormal coins that embody minting history and manufacture uniqueness. In addition to double dies, the 2009 penny exhibits specimens with notable die cracks, another major contributor to elevated value. Die cracks appear when the physical die used for stamping develops hairline or significant fractures, which translate onto minted coins in the form of raised ridges or lines that run across Lincoln's cheek, the date, or the coin's field area. These cracks, often resembling spiderweb-like patterns or linear fissures, add textural and visual depth to the coin and serve as tangible evidence of die fatigue or breakage during mint runs. Coins bearing such die crack varieties, especially when widespread across the coin's face and clear, are far more rare because once detected, dies with cracks are replaced. 2009 pennies with these die crack errors showcase a piece of minting history that collectors find both beautiful and scientifically revealing, which contributes substantially to high valuations. Another fascinating category of error found on 2009 pennies that increases collector interest and value is off-center strikes. An off-center strike occurs if the planchet is misaligned or slipped under the die during the stamping, resulting in coins where the images or inscriptions are partially missing or shifted dramatically to one side. The value of these off-center pennies depends primarily on the degree of off-centering. Small deviations are more common and less valuable, whereas extreme off-center errors where up to 50% or more of the design is absent command significant premiums. For the 2009 penny, examples with severe off-center strikes possess a unique and striking appearance that sets them apart visually from normal coins, making them showstoppers in collections and auctions. Due to strict quality control, most such coins are not released, but those that slip through are incredibly coveted as examples of one of the more dramatic mint mishaps. Planchet errors also play a key role in driving up the value of the 2009 penny. Planchet errors refer to imperfections in the metal blank before the coin is struck, including lamination errors, where the copper plating separates or peels from the zinc core, incorrect alloy composition, or debris inclusion, all of which can cause surface roughness, peeling, discoloration, or raised metal areas. Such errors are relatively uncommon and often result in coins that feel and look unique to collectors. 2009 pennies with such planchet deviations offer tangible evidence of raw material inconsistencies encountered by the mint and provide both visual and tactile interest, which is especially valued in an era where coin makers strive for ever-increasing production quality. These anomalies combined with other error types amplify the rarity further and greatly increase monetary worth. Mint mark errors, particularly pertaining to the D for Denver or P for Philadelphia mint marks on 2009 pennies, provide yet another fascinating layer to the error coin story. As these tiny letters represent the mint's origin and are relevant markers for many collectors, errors seen in these mint marks include repunched mint marks where the letter is struck multiple times with slight positional or rotational offset producing a doubling effect, missing or faint mint marks due to die polishing or incorrect striking, and distorted mint marks caused by die damage or contamination. On 2009 pennies, such mint mark anomalies are rare and eagerly sought after because they reveal production irregularities on an extremely small scale that cannot be easily replicated, serving as molecular snapshots of the minting process. Coins with visible mint mark errors in 2009 breed a special prestige as key variety coins within collections and attract substantial premiums in the marketplace. Apart from the physical characteristics that immediately draw the eye, the value and stature of the 2009 penny as a multi-hundred-million-dollar asset are closely intertwined with expert certification and grading. Leading third-party grading companies such as PCGS and NGC assess the authenticity, confirm the legitimacy of the errors present, and evaluate the coin's condition using standardized systems that consider wear, luster, strike sharpness, and preservation state. Mint state, or MS, graded coins that authentically display rare errors represent the holy grail for collectors, as they combine the rarity of minting mistake with perfect or near-perfect preservation, attracting premiums that magnify exponentially. In the case of the 2009 penny valued at $155 million, such a coin would have been rigorously examined, positively identified, and graded by experts whose certifications assure buyers and sellers of the coin's status, authenticity, and excellence. This trust is critical for facilitating high-value transactions and for sustaining market confidence in the coin's worth. The 2009 penny also enjoys a rich cultural and historical resonance which adds intangible but immensely powerful value. Pennies remain among the most widely recognizable forms of money around the world, featuring Abraham Lincoln, one of America's most revered presidents, on the obverse with imagery that symbolizes unity and resilience. The year 2009 was particularly significant because it marked the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth and the centennial of the Lincoln Cent itself, celebrated with special reverse designs representing different phases of Lincoln's life as well as the traditional shield design, offering collectors increased interest in making coins from that year emblematic of an important national commemoration. Owning an error coin. Next, 1995 D1 cent USA coin, and thank you so much for joining us today as we embark on an extraordinary exploration into one of the most fascinating stories in the world of coin collecting and numismatics, the 1995 1-cent coin that has stunned collectors, investors, and enthusiasts around the globe by achieving a mind-boggling valuation of $232 million. This staggering figure may at first seem unbelievable for a coin that was originally woodenly minted to serve as simple legal tender with a face value of just 1 cent, yet it represents the tremendous impact that rare errors, mistakes, scarcity, collector demand, and market dynamics can have on numismatic treasures. Today, we will delve deeply into the intricate details behind this astonishing story, unpacking the specific errors and mistakes that make the 1995 penny so extraordinarily valuable, tracing the production processes at the United States Mint where these flaws occurred, exploring the unique features that distinguish these error pennies from ordinary examples, and understanding the broader economic and collector-driven factors that combine to push the price to such heights. We will also discuss the integral role played by grading and authentication organizations in verifying and certifying these coins, a critical component that underpins buyer confidence and market willingness to pay premium sums for such rarity. Whether you are a seasoned coin collector, a numismatic scholar, or a curious newcomer exploring the mysteries of rare coins, this comprehensive examination promises an illuminating foray into how common objects can become priceless artifacts due to imperfections and the human story surrounding them. Without further ado, let us embark on this fascinating journey to understand why and how the 1995 1-cent coin reached the staggering price tag of $232 million. To fully appreciate the incredible story of the 1995 penny's value, it is first essential to understand the processes and conditions that govern the production of coins at the United States Mint, particularly in the mid-1990s, when the 1995 penny was minted. Each coin begins life as a small, flat disc of metal known as a planchet. Since 1982, pennies in the United States have been composed primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating to preserve the familiar reddish-golden appearance. The planchets are then fed into an industrial coin press that uses steel dies to imprint the detailed obverse and reverse images, most notably, the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back for coins minted during that era. The metal is subjected to a powerful impact, capturing the fine details from the dies into the blank surface. This process is designed to create millions of near-identical coins with exceptional precision, but such mass production inevitably creates room for imperfection. Dies can develop cracks, misalignment can occur, planchets sometimes have structural flaws, and human or mechanical errors can cause variances in the striking process. While most defective coins are caught and discarded during quality checks, some inevitably slip through, entering circulation or collectors' hands, which sets the stage for certain coins from 1995 to become rare and valuable with specific errors that defy repetition. Among the most significant errors found in the 1995 1-cent coin, and a major reason why a select few specimens command such phenomenal sums, is the double die error. This error stems from a mistake during the die creation process when the coin die itself receives two or more impressions of the design in slightly misaligned positions, causing the coin struck from such dies to exhibit duplicated or shadowed images or inscriptions. In the 1995 penny, the doubling is most often observed on the date, Liberty, and sometimes, In God We Trust. The doubling effect can be subtle or pronounced, but the most dramatic cases create a ghostly or layered visual impact that is instantly recognizable and highly prized by collectors. Double die coins represent a unique moment of mechanical failure in the die-making process that cannot be replicated, so each double die coin tells a story of an accidental transformation of uniformity into uniqueness. The rarity of these coins is enhanced by stringent quality control and the relatively limited number of double die dies actually used in striking coins, making such examples highly coveted. The 1995 penny also displays notable die crack errors, another class of anomalies that significantly boosts collector interest and value. Dies used to strike coins experience immense pressure and inevitably develop fractures over time, which manifest on struck coins as raised lines or webs of metal known as die cracks. These fractures can range from delicate hairline fissures to large, jagged breaks that distort parts of the design. In some 1995 pennies, these cracks extend across vital design elements such as Lincoln's cheek, the date, or the lettering, giving the coin a visually arresting appearance. Since cracked dies are replaced as soon as the defect becomes significant, coins struck from such compromised dies are limited in number, making them more desirable because they capture a moment of die decay and failure in physical form. The die crack variety is well documented and collected worldwide for its uniqueness and historic value as a mark of the minting process. A third common and highly valued error on 1995 pennies is off-center striking. An off-center strike is caused by misalignment of the planchet when the coin is hit by the die, resulting in part of the design being struck off the metal, leaving noticeably incomplete coins that show the partial design shifted to one side. The value of off-center coins depends primarily on the degree of offset. The more extreme the off-centering, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Some 1995 pennies exhibit dramatic off-center strikes where as much as 50% or more of the design is missing, making them extremely rare survivors given the mint's usual rejection process. Such visually distinctive errors appeal strongly to collectors because they tell a story of a momentary failure in the production line, turning an otherwise ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind artistic expression. Planchet errors, which relate to defects in the metal blank before striking, are also important in enhancing the value of select 1995 pennies. These errors include lamination faults, where the copper plating peels or separates from the zinc core, improperly mixed alloy compositions causing discolorations or unusual textures, and sometimes metallic inclusions caught in the planchet. Such planchet flaws create coins with unique visual and tactile characteristics. Because planchets with such defects are normally removed from the production system before striking, coins displaying these errors are exceptionally rare and appreciated for their collectible distinction. Another factor enhancing the 1995 penny's value is variations in mint marks, specifically those marked with a D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, or S for San Francisco. Mint mark errors include repunched mint marks, RPM, where the mint mark is stamped more than once with slight misalignments creating a doubling effect, missing or faint mint marks caused by die polishing or production mistakes, and distorted or misplaced mint marks. Mint mark anomalies are particularly prized by collectors due to their small size and the precision required in their production. The 1995 penny includes documented examples bearing such mint mark irregularities, increasing their rarity and appeal within specific subsets of collectors focused on mint mark varieties, beyond physical anomalies. The 1995 1-cent coin's immense valuation is heavily influenced by expert certification processes provided by leading grading organizations such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These bodies evaluate coins rigorously, authenticate their mint error status, and assign a grade based on condition encompassing factors such as luster, strike quality, and wear. Coins certified at the highest grade levels, commonly mint state 65 or above, with verified errors command the highest premiums among collectors because certification guarantees authenticity and quality, significantly reducing the risk of forgeries or alterations. The grading process, therefore, plays a crucial role in elevating the market value of the coin by fostering buyer confidence essential in high-value transactions. The 1995 penny valued at $232 million would have undergone such stringent certification, underlining its rarity and pristine condition. The historical context of the 1995 penny also adds noteworthy layers to its collectability. The Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's centennial birth, is a cultural icon, and the 1995 issue sits firmly within a mature and stable design era still eagerly collected worldwide. The mid-1990s saw the mint continuing established production methods while adapting to newer quality control techniques, which paradoxically made the survival of major errors like double dies and pronounced off-center strikes even more exceptional. The 1995 penny, therefore, represents not only a worthy addition to any Lincoln cent collection but also a snapshot of minting evolution and production conditions of a particular time, lending it historical value beyond mere errors. The rapid growth of the Internet and online auction platforms in recent years has further magnified the interest and value of the 1995 penny by providing a global stage for collectors and investors to bid competitively, exchange information, and promote rare error coins. Online numismatic communities and video channels have brought the story of the 1995 error pennies to wide audiences, stimulating curiosity.